Hello and welcome to the Cold Coffee Club, a podcast brought to you by Houston Moms. We're here to give you a little bit of that mom-to-mom connection, fun, and conversation amidst all the chaos. Join us as we take a break from doing all the things and explore the wide spectrum of this crazy motherhood role. We'll interview fun guests, talk about cool grown-up topics, laugh, share, and grow together. So go ahead, reheat that coffee, and put your feet up. Here we go.
Good morning, Cold Coffee Club. Welcome back to another episode. We took a quick break for Thanksgiving to celebrate with our friends and family, and I hope you were able to do the same. I hope you got to eat lots of great food like I did. I feel like I ate my body weight in Thanksgiving food, which is fine. I'm fine with that. Those are choices that I'm okay with. So I hope you all had a great time celebrating. Today's episode is going to be all about the beauty of boudoir. So I got to sit down with Kasey Smith. She's a photographer and the owner of Infinite Boudoir Studio. And she joins me to tell me all about boudoir, what kind of experience you can expect having a boudoir photo shoot. She squashes some misconceptions that I had. I did not realize that anyone can do boudoir. I thought it was really aimed toward women, but people of all genders are welcome to do boudoir. And I didn't think that that was like really a thing that most people explored. But according to Kasey, there are couples boudoir shoots, men do boudoir shoots. I did not realize that. So I'm so glad she joined me and we got to chat about that. And make sure you listen to this full episode because Kasey offers an incredible exclusive deal for our Cold Coffee Club listeners, and you definitely don't want to miss out on it. It sounds like an incredible offer, so you don't want to miss this great deal, especially ahead of the holidays. So we will get into that, but before that, we are going to spill some tea. So my win this week, I only have a win, and it's just celebrating Thanksgiving. I got to join my significant other with his family, and I am socially awkward. I get so nervous meeting new people. I kind of dread meeting new people, which is interesting to me because I love being social. I really do. But meeting new people makes me very anxious. And my experience was great. Like everyone was very warm and welcoming. And it was just a lot of fun, lots of laughs. And again, incredible food. And that's where I am. I just want the food. But it was great. And, it was a learning experience for me. This is my second Thanksgiving that I did not spend with my kids. So we alternate holidays. And so I had them last Thanksgiving. And for some reason, and this year I have Christmas with them. So we're super excited about that. But for some reason on Thanksgiving, I kind of missed them a whole lot. And so it was kind of, it was just another all right, we're doing this again. It's always kind of tough during the holidays having to share my kids. So, but I talked to them that morning. I talked to them that evening. So we made it and I'm super excited to spend Christmas with them. But again, Thanksgiving was great. And I'm so thankful that I kind of branched out a little bit and was willing to meet new people. So that's a win. Don't really have a fail, but my win definitely rolls into my cream and sugar this week. This is not a Houston cream and sugar. This is an everybody cream and sugar. I made a few dishes to take to Thanksgiving, but one of them that I was most excited about was banana pudding. My granny makes the best banana pudding. And I finally buckled down. I was like, Granny, you've got to teach me how to make it because I've been craving it. So can you just teach me how to make it? And that is one rule I have about Thanksgiving is you bring what you want to bring. What are you craving? What do you want? Then make a bunch of it and share it with everybody else. But I am not about making things like, oh, well, we need someone to make this. But do I want to make that? No, I'm bringing what I am wanting for Thanksgiving. So I whipped up a banana pudding that was, chef's kiss. It was perfection. Now, I'm not sharing my granny's recipe because it's top secret and I can't do that. But I did find a recipe that is very, very, very close to my granny's banana pudding. So I have shared that in our show notes. This recipe looks so good, and this is one I'm definitely willing to share. I think everyone should make a banana pudding just because, but especially with Christmas coming up, you can definitely make it for that. But shoot, make it on a Wednesday, make it on a Thursday, whatever. Banana pudding is good any day. And I will say that I'm not a huge fan of bananas, but banana pudding, that's my jam. So whip one up for yourself and enjoy. All right, so we are going to jump into my chat with Kasey Smith. Again, she is a photographer and she's the owner of Infinite Boudoir Studio. She is incredible. I loved chatting with her, so let's roll into that. All right, Cold Coffee Club. So today we have Kasey Smith joining us, and she is a boudoir photographer. But to get to know more about Kasey, let's hear from her. So, hi, Kasey. Thank you so much for joining me today. It is a pleasure to have you.
Hey there, Ashley. Thanks so much.
Yeah. So, tell us a little bit about yourself, personally and professionally.
Okay, so this is always like a little awkward for me because I feel like it's like a dating profile.
Right.
But basically the way I describe myself to people is I'm a jack of all trades and a master of some.
Awesome.
I fell in love with darkroom photography back in high school. I went to HSPVA.
Okay.
Class of 03, what's up? And even though my art forms have kind of changed and morphed over the years, like I used to be a welder, I used to be a cake maker, I've been all over the place.
Oh, wow.
My journey's always led me back to photography. That's like my first official love. It's what I meant to do.
Yeah.
It took me a really long time to realize just how therapeutic photography has been for me throughout all of my life's journeys. And over the years, I kind of stumbled into boudoir, and doing like personal boudoir projects really helped me feel empowered in ways that nothing else has. And like everyone else, I've got insecurities and doubts. And boudoir kind of took me out of my head and gave me the ability to love myself in new ways.
Yeah.
So I kind of decided to make that my main photographic. I'm so sorry about my dogs.
It's fine.
Boudoir gave me the ability to love myself in new ways. And so I decided to focus on boudoir as a way to help my clients see themselves through a new lens and really lean into acceptance and love. But also to kind of close that out, I'm a dog and cat mom. And I'm happily married to a wonderful human who actually just went outside to shut the dogs up. I live in Westbury in a mid-century ranch that I'm addicted to fixing up, and I love to row. So that's a little bit about me.
Awesome. Oh my gosh, there are so many things happening. You've got a lot, like there are so many different layers to you. I'm like already
I have ADHD, so hi. Yeah. As most creatives do, right? Yeah.
Right.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Well, awesome. Let's kind of explore boudoir a little bit. I know there are some misconceptions. I recently did a boudoir shoot, and I told my family I was about to do it, and they did not understand what it was. And their minds ran wild. They were like, this is gonna be smut, and like, why would you do that? And I'm like, everyone calm down. So give us a little bit of a breakdown of what it is and what it isn't.
Okay, so funny you say that, because when I told my mother what I was shifting my photographic focus to all those years ago, she was like, no, Kasey, that's dirty. You can't do that. How am I supposed to tell people what you do? And I was like, mother, come see my studio, come read my client reviews, come learn about it. See how I empower people. And then she was like, oh, you're legit. Okay, I was totally wrong. I'm so sorry. I misjudged. So that is definitely something that I think most people, there's always that person or people in your family that are going to react that way.
Right.
So boudoir photography can be so many different things for people. For me personally, it's been a form of self-love therapy. For others, it can be celebrating the heck out of their sexuality, embracing their femininity. But I believe for everybody, though, it's about finding and wielding your power and kind of reclaiming your sensuality. Even if you feel you have it, I feel like you walk away with a new sense of owning it after a boudoir shoot.
Yeah.
It's also partnered shoots. Partnered shoots don't get nearly enough attention, as well as shoots with males, the queer, non-conforming folks. Doing boudoir with your partner can be an excellent way to reconnect or reignite a spark. It's a really intimate and fun experience, and men don't have a lot of opportunities to celebrate their bodies as well.
Right.
And the LGBTQ community faces a lot of stigma around expression. So I just kind of focus on opening boudoir up to help anyone get in touch with their bodies. Definitely not just for women. I want to give a pedestal, for everybody to stand in their power, and it's a permanent reminder of whatever someone is deciding to do or celebrate during their shoot.
Yeah, I love that. And I think a lot of people, so I had actually asked the photographer who did my shoot, I was like, do men do boudoir shoots? Like, is that a thing?
Yeah.
And she's like, it wasn't an experience she had, but I was like, I could see this being a great experience for them too. And, I think it would be really interesting to do like a partner shoot. I feel like I would, as nervous as I was doing my boudoir shoot, I feel like it would have been, and I was only nervous for a little while, but doing it at first, I was like, I feel like I would feel probably more comfortable if I did this with like a partner, and we just kind of vibed with each other. I was like, I could imagine this would be incredible.
It can be really fun. Sometimes I even have husbands come in with their wives, or partners come in with their partner, and they will just be like a cheerleader.
Yeah.
I only allow your partner in the studio if they're supportive.
Right. Yes.
And sometimes, it can turn into a couple session, and they're like, okay, this is kind of cool. I went in on this. And I think once you realize that I'm just another human and we all have the same human experience, you kind of get more comfortable, in the first 30 minutes of the shoot. And then you're like, oh, okay, I'm rocking this. You see the back of the camera, you just kind of fall into it. So yeah, partners can be really fun. Partnered shoots are awesome.
And why is it so amazing for people in general? Like, what is the takeaway in the end after you've done your part? What is the takeaway?
Okay. So I feel like the most important thing about boudoir is what it does for your self-image. So no matter where you are in life or how much you love or don't love your body, doing a shoot completely affects how we treat ourselves and how we interact with others in a positive way. I absolutely swear by that. And as being moms out there, you think about how busy you are with all that you have on your plate all the time. When do you carve out time for yourself? When do you do something nice for yourself? And as you recently did this for yourself, I'm sure you walked away being so happy that you did it.
Yes.
So there's no better time than now to just carve that out. So I guess on a personal note, with what you can take away with it, I stumbled into boudoir by accident, or it's boudoir, but it's Texas, right? So boudoir.
Right.
I stumbled into it in my early 20s because I never felt pretty enough or good enough or stable enough in my life, and anything I failed at, I took that as a personal hit to my success. And so I would do intimate self-portraiture to kind of show myself that I was pretty enough, that I wasn't so white I glowed in the dark. And, because I can't tan, and that was always a thing that bugged me. And I was so embarrassed about how pale I was and my cellulite, and I can't wear shorts. And, it was just affirmation that I desperately needed in a very self-judgy time in my life. So that's kind of how I stumbled into it before I even realized what it was. And then when I discovered it was a genre, I was like, I can help other people not hate themselves and learn to embrace what they're going through and to turn it around. So basically just the power that you gain from doing a shoot absolutely spills over into every other aspect of your life, and it's magic.
Right.
Um,
Yeah,
and it takes a lot of courage to be vulnerable in
oh,
front
for
of the
sure.
camera
Yes.
and to trust a photographer to guide you through the process and show you what you're capable of. So I work really hard on providing that safe space for potential clients to come in and feel comfortable with me and my hair and makeup artist to help guide them through that experience.
Sure.
Um,
So when someone does book a shoot with you, kind of how does the process work as far as like what am I gonna wear? What do I do with myself? Like what does that look like as far as preparing and then like coming to you to actually do the shoot? What does all that look like?
so basically, you reach out, we get you booked. I book hair and makeup. You get a series of questionnaires. I find out your favorite snacks, drinks, your favorite jams. I build you a custom playlist. I have everything ready to go day of. Depending on the package you book, I do partner with an amazing esthetician. And if you book a package that involves her, we'll get you set up with a facial at least 3 days in advance. So your skin is super glowy and ready for professional makeup. And then you come in the day of. And leading up to it, I also help you pick out outfits. We go over your body type, what it is you want to wear. I have a whole guide with a bunch of suggestions. You can text me anytime you have a question. It's a very personalized experience. So you come in the day of, you get all pampered. We lay out your outfits. We decide what you're gonna wear first. You get a silk robe to get dolled up in. So if you won't have any elastic lines on your body and you're ready to go. A lot of clients seem worried about like posing.
Yeah.
But I literally help you from your nose to your toes. You don't have to worry about, I don't know how to pose. I've got you.
Yeah.
I help you breathe. I help with your breath work. I help you know what to do with your mouth. So it's a very guided experience and you never feel lost.
Yeah.
And then after, depending on the package that you chose, you'll get a gallery full of edited images. We'll choose your tops. We'll get your prints or your albums designed together, and then you'll get your product.
The part that it really intimidated me was not only like, okay, like what do I do with my body? And like, am I comfortable with doing this? But also it's just like, there was that paranoia of like, I'm not gonna want to know like what to do, and I'm just gonna be annoying, being confused, and it turned out to not be that way at all. But I was just like terrified. I was like, listen, I have no idea what I'm doing, like no clue. Can you tell me like how many chins do I have right now? She's like, girl, I've already posed you to where you have just the one chin. You're fine.
And I promise you, I will never give you a Jabba the Hutt moment. I promise. Like we are solid. I've got you covered.
Right.
And I literally helicopter around you in each pose. I get you from all angles. I try to give you a super big variety of poses to choose from because, you know, you might have a good side, you know, and I learned that about you as we're going through the shoot. So when I'm culling your photos and choosing what to edit, I know you and I've learned you in that session. So I give you a really strong set of images to choose from.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, I one thing I did learn is that it is a very intimate kind of experience. It's very cathartic. It's you didn't realize you have it in you until you do it, and it's just like, oh gosh. And you know, we live in a day and age where you know, people are very good at like photoshopping, and there's AI, and there's, you know, if you don't like something, go get surgery. And it's very, it teaches us, especially moms, like our bodies have changed so much. I've had 3 kids, and I'm telling you, parts of my body are not where they used to be. And I'm like, I don't like any of this, and it should not be photographed whatsoever. But because of you know, exploring boudoir, it's like, oh wow, so like this can still work and it's still attractive. And that's one thing that I definitely learned, is that Instagram is not 100% real, and that is not my standard of like judging myself. Like, girl, you don't even know what is happening behind the scenes. So that's the incredible part. And it's amazing that you're doing this kind of work to where it's like, I can still be proud of what I have. It might not look like her over there, but
Yep.
it's pretty awesome right here.
Yes. Oh my God, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
You absolutely nailed it. And when it comes to editing, I prefer to not over edit anybody.
Yeah.
So I do, in one of my questionnaires, ask you what you are expecting. And when we talk on the phone before you book, I kind of get to know you as well, just to make sure we're a good match. Because if you want to be Snapchat filtered, I'm not your girl, because I want you to love yourself. But I can remove scars you don't like. I can lighten the appearance of cellulite if it bugs you that bad. But if your lingerie is causing a squeeze, I'll fix that, because that's not your body, that's the clothes.
Right.
But I prefer to keep you as natural as possible.
That is incredible.
Yeah. And of course, I lightly airbrush your skin, help that makeup glow, but you're not going to look like a Snapchat filter.
Right. Amazing.
Yeah.
So
Thanks.
what do people typically do with their prints? Like, how do people use them at this point? Because I have my own perspective on it, but I want to hear like kind of what you are seeing the trend being.
So right now, the trend, I seem to get a lot of gifts, either like I'm turning 50 or I'm turning 40 and I want this album for myself, just so I remember what my body was like and how I felt. And, they're like, I want a keepsake just to look back on when I'm 90,
Yeah.
So there seems to be a lot of interest in prints and albums to gift to partners, to gift to yourself, to commemorate a big moment in their lives, especially birthdays or anniversaries, divorces.
Yes.
Anything that you can celebrate. It can all be celebrated with a boudoir shoot, which is the fun part.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was. I was like, I'm celebrating getting divorced, and like, I'm loving just being 35, and like I'm a mom, and I'm like, yeah, I'm cushier in spots that I did not used to be, and I don't necessarily prefer it, but I'm like, hey, like, this body's been through some things and it's still awesome, so I love it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Seriously. And I think that is, after a shoot, when you actually let yourself go through it, you allow yourself to experience it, you embrace that and realize that even more, and it just helps you deal with more diverse things that are going to come across your plate. Like, you just look at things in a new light. Like, absolutely.
Yeah, and just stepping out of that comfort zone, it is terrifying, but then once you do it, like, I seriously feel like I was high for like a week after that. I was just riding that high. I was like, I love this. And that day I like kept my makeup on the rest of the day. I went bowling with my kids and I was like, yeah, but I look amazing. Like,
that's awesome.
But I seriously rode that for a while. And I went and got my prints, and I thought about hanging them up in my house. So I have 3 boys, and I love the idea of being like the woman in their lives. I love not being a stick figure and having flaws and all, and like, oh, my skin doesn't look great today. Like, I love that they're seeing that.
That's amazing.
Like, I'm not perfect, but then like, here's me embracing me. And I've shown them the pictures. I've shown family the pictures, and my family's not 100% supportive of it. They're like, you should show these to no one. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna show a few people. Like,
you're teaching your boys a very awesome lesson.
That's the goal.
Yep.
That is the goal. I want them to know that it is okay to have a normal person body. It is okay to be comfortable with it.
Yep.
It's not like, I tell them all the time, your body is not for everybody. My body is not for everybody. It's cool to keep it within the house, but like, here's something I'm proud of, and I want to share it with you. And they seemed to appreciate it. Actually, they're like, you look so nice. Oh, like, they did comment a few outfits. They're like, you're not wearing very much clothing, Mom. And I'm like, yep, but I did it in private and it's okay. And they're like, okay.
I love that. That makes me so happy. Oh my God, that makes my heart super happy.
Yes, it was great. And for people who think of it as something more than it is, or thinking of it as something inappropriate, I will say that there's something that comes with that level of just being comfortable with yourself. There's something that comes, there's something very empowering that comes with just like, I did this. I don't care if you agree with it. You know, I'm an adult and I'm going to make that choice, but like, I feel great. And so, you know, whatever opinion you have about it, I feel good. So
Absolutely.
cool.
Absolutely. It's that boudoir euphoria confidence.
Yes. Yes. I was
Yes.
seriously like, I walked out of there. I was like, I can do anything right now. Like all the things, I can do it.
I love this. Yeah, that's exactly how you should feel. Like if you've met your soulmate photographer and you get each other and they picked up on your vibe, you should walk out of there absolutely feeling that way. So that's awesome. And that's always my goal.
Yay. All right. So for anyone who's interested in booking a session with you, how do they go about doing that? Where can they find you? All that info.
Yeah, absolutely. So it is www.infiniteboudoir.com.
Okay.
And then my Instagram is infinite_boudoir.
Okay.
And there's a contact form on the site and it has all the information. I respond within 12 hours.
Okay.
And the address just changed and I'm working with Google to get them to update it. I am moving downtown into a historic loft and it is stunning and it's right by St. Arnold and Last Concert Cafe. So
oh my gosh, I love it. That's like the perfect location too. Be like,
I'm
I
so
like
excited.
leave your shoot and then just like go hang out at St. Arnold. Like, yeah, it's a good day.
Yeah, I loved my sweet little spaces in Stafford, but I needed a glow up and I needed a private bathroom for my clients and I needed better light. And this place is stunning and takes my breath away every time I walk into it. And I actually have my first session in there on Sunday. So I'm like, I'm super excited.
Awesome. Congrats.
Thanks.
That is super exciting.
It is something else. I'm still in shock that it's mine. So yay.
Yeah. And I also know that some people have come to me, they've heard that I've done a boudoir shoot and they're like, but I don't think I can afford it. So like what kind of packages, deals, what are we working with here?
Yeah, so I make it easy. So I'm the queen of the payment plan. I'm super bougie, but on a beer budget. So
love it. Oh my gosh. I am stealing that.
Please do. It is for the stealing. So I'm a designer jean girl. I love to have, mid-century furniture. I'm very picky about the things in my life, and I certainly couldn't afford me without a payment plan. So I try to be accessible to people like me who want to do a boudoir shoot, but maybe can't cough up thousands of dollars right away. So I do offer 3 and 6 month in-house payment plans, interest-free. It's all set up through my CRM. I try to make it super easy for you. And I actually do have a Black Friday sale that I will be launching Monday.
Okay.
And it's $99 to book and then $500 off of any package. Okay. So that's a huge savings. My base package starts at $1,800.
Okay.
That includes professional hair and makeup, outfit guidance. It includes your goodies that you get the day that you come in. It includes the whole session. That's about 2.5 hours of session and about an hour to an hour and a half of hair and makeup.
Okay.
You get a brass-lined glass box with a print set and 15 fully edited digitals. Okay. And so that will be $99 to book, typically $450 to book, and then $500 off.
Okay.
So for Black Friday, and then the packages go up from there depending on the amount of digitals and whether you want an album, facial, all of the extra stuff. So what we can do is anybody that tells me that they heard about me through this podcast, I'll still extend that sale to them.
Awesome.
I'd be happy to do that to celebrate the new space.
I love it. All right, listeners, you heard it. So make sure you mention it when you book. Black Friday deal. I know this is coming out the week after, but you heard it. I love it. That's amazing.
Yes, of course. I'm happy to do it. And thank you for the opportunity. I don't get these often. And I think it's really cool that I got referred to you. So
yes,
thank you for having me on. And just to say one thing, because it's the excuse that I get so much. You do not need to lose the extra 5 pounds to wear the lingerie. Just come in with your beautiful self and do it. It's like, during the summer, you don't want to wear the shorts because you're embarrassed. Just wear the shorts. Just put the lingerie on. I'm a cool 155 right now, and I normally weigh 135. I'll still selfie all the time of what I walk away with. So just, don't let your weight stop you from loving yourself. And that is just something I had to say before we ended today, because I hear it so much.
That definitely almost stopped me from doing it.
You're so beautiful.
Thank you. I wanted to for so long, and then I would get in the mirror and I'm like, yeah, but see this roll right here? Like, we're not doing this.
No, yeah. So please, whoever's listening, do not let that stop you. You're like stupid gorgeous. Just come in. We're going to make you feel amazing and like $1 million.
Yes. Well, thank you so much. It's been an absolute joy. I love hearing about it, and I love encouraging other people to at least just explore it, kind of let your mind wander a little bit and think about it. Like, I could do that pose. That would be kind of cute. Like, I would like that. And every now and then I take out my photos and I'm just like, girl.
Yes. Like I've got some of my selfies on my phone, and when I'm having a bad day, I'm like, oh, you've got it. Don't worry about it. You're fine.
I love it so much. I love it. Well, I am definitely due. I think I'm almost at a year since my last boudoir shoot, and I feel like I want to make this maybe like a yearly thing. So,
oh heck yeah!
I
would love to have you in studio. Absolutely, that would be so cool.
That would be awesome. All right, y'all. So don't forget, go check out Kasey Smith, Infinite Boudoir. Go check it out. And you have your portfolio online too.
Yes. So it's on my website and on my Instagram. And I do, if you're looking for anything super spicy, trust me, I provide it. I just don't want to get banned on Instagram.
Right. Yes.
So yes, everything is out there to see. I'm a little behind on posting with the studio move, but we're about to get a lot more content out there. So
yeah. Well, this is a perfect way to wrap up the new year if you are looking for a way to end it with a bang, or some Christmas gifts for partners, husbands, whatever. I feel like this would be a solid gift idea.
Absolutely. And just to touch on that, if you did want to order an album, the cutoff for that is November 22nd, and I know this airs after that, but I can guarantee you prints in time for Christmas.
Okay.
But an album would be a January thing, just so everybody knows.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, great. It's worth the wait. So
yes. You can always slip a print in their stocking and be like, to be continued.
Brilliant. Oh my gosh. Perfect. I love that. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ashley. You have a great day.
Thank you so much, Kasey. It was great chatting with you. I learned so much. And again, that deal that she offered, y'all, just, when you book with her, let her know that you heard about her through the Cold Coffee Club and you are set. I'm thinking about using that deal myself. Like I mentioned, I had a boudoir shoot coming up on a year ago, and it was one of the most incredibly cathartic experiences I've ever had. So I highly recommend exploring that option. I know it's kind of nerve-wracking, and like Kasey said, like, you don't need to, work on yourself before you do this. Enjoying the body that you're in and being proud of the body that you're in is huge. And I loved celebrating myself in that way. It was so different and out of the normal for me. But once I did it, I was just like, oh, wow. Like, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And every now and then I'll check out the pictures and like, I'm proud. And I know that at some point when I'm much older, I will look back and be like, girl, look at that. So I'm looking forward to that. But thank you again, Kasey. And I hope you all reach out to her. You can find her website is infiniteboudoir.com. And of course, I've linked that in our show notes along with her social media. All right, so let's jump into our Houston Moms House Blend. One of our contributors, Marissa Cockrell, she is the founder of Here Comes the Sun Counseling, and she has done an advice column, basically, kind of like a Dear Abby situation, where Houston moms write in their questions and Marissa answers them. And I think this is an incredible resource. I love getting advice from other moms. I love kind of hearing their insights and takeaways that they can share with me. So definitely check out Ask Houston Moms each month, and Marissa will answer a few of your questions and see if she can give a little bit of help. If there's something you're struggling with your kiddos, with yourself, with your family, Marissa's here to help. So I have put our link to submit your questions. Please, any question, there's nothing, off limits. Ask your questions. And I think this is just an incredible resource for moms, and I think you should definitely take advantage of it. For our See You Later Caffeinator this week, I found a little snippet from Couture Boudoir, and it's describing the history of boudoir. And it says, as with most sophisticated, charming things that combine seduction and empowerment while bucking all trends, boudoir has its roots in France. And the word boudoir is French in origin and is derived from the French verb bouder, to sulk or to pout. I thought that was interesting. When you look at boudoir photos, a lot of the facial expressions are a little bit like pouty and moody. So I thought that was kind of interesting that that's where the origin of the word boudoir comes from. All right. Well, thank you for joining me for another episode of the Cold Coffee Club. I hope you enjoyed, and I can't wait to see you next week. Bye-bye.
You've been listening to the Cold Coffee Club, brought to you by Houston Moms. We wish you a fabulous week with your families and look forward to sharing many more cups of cold coffee with you.